Welcome to Offbeat Headlines, where you get the news you won't see on the front page. Move over, Alvin and the Chipmunks. These California squirrels are channeling their inner predator. Scientists in Northern California have made a jaw-dropping discovery. Ground squirrels hunting, killing, and eating California voles.
Run.
That's right, the creatures you thought were all about acorns and seeds just added tiny rodent hunter to their resumes. During the summer of 2024, researchers at Bryan's Regional Park documented this shocking behavior, with nearly half of squirrel-vole interactions involving active hunting. While squirrels have been known to nibble on insects and bird eggs, this full-blown carnivorous spree was a first. Turns out a vole population boom made them easy prey, and these squirrels couldn't resist the buffet. Dr. Sonia Wild from UC Davis called the footage unbelievable, and honestly, same. It's like finding out Bambi moonlights as a bounty hunter. Researchers are now wondering if these newfound tastes for meat will become a long-term behavior or just one-time snack. With potential impacts on the local food web and squirrel reproduction, biologists are heading back next summer to see if these carnivore squirrels are here to stay. Either way, these nutty predators have turned the animal kingdom into their own episode of Game of Thrones. Watch your back, voles. Winter is coming. This shocking fail is like a real-life Home Alone moment, but way worse. You know that iconic scene in Home Alone where Kevin outsmarts the wet bandits with his crazy booby traps? Well, take that, swap out the paint cans for live power lines, and add a melted hacksaw. It's a recipe for disaster straight out of Commerce City, Colorado. Here's what went down. At 5 a.m. on December 12th, a power outage led utility crews to a strange scene. Severed power lines, some scorched clothes, and an abandoned bike. No one was around, but the damage screamed bad decisions were made here. Naturally, the police launched a search, expecting to find someone who'd, gotten fried. Instead, they found nothing but burnt threads and a whole lot of mystery. Turns out the culprit had fled the scene after not one, but two explosions while trying to hack through a power line with, you guessed it, a hacksaw. Security footage showed him running off, presumably in a state of shock and probably down to his last pair of singed socks. The police hilariously described him as semi-nude and in need of medical attention. That guy is basically living out his worst superhero origin story ever.
What did you do to me?
They even posted photos of the melted hacksaw and charred evidence, warning locals to keep an eye out for anyone with a sudden aversion to shirts and pants. So if you're thinking of pulling a Kevin McAllister stunt, maybe stick to harmless pranks and leave the live wires to the professionals, because unlike in Home Alone, this guy's master plan sparked nothing but disaster, literally. Would you spend $20,000 to look like no one else? This Bulgarian Barbie did, and she's just getting started. Forget subtle glow-ups. Andrea Ivanova from Bulgaria is out here living her best life with lips that would even make Kylie Jenner do a double take. After 43 cosmetic procedures and a cool $20,000 spent, Andrea's not just turning heads, she's practically breaking necks. Andrea's journey started in 2018 with her first lip injection, but she didn't stop there. No, she went all in, making her lips bigger and bolder with every visit to the clinic. Now she's unofficially dubbed the woman with the world's biggest lips, and she couldn't be prouder. Critics, haters, Andrea's got one message for all of them. Everyone has the right to look the way they want. Mic drop. But the pout thickens. Andrea turned her lips into a money-making machine last winter by auctioning off a kiss for $1,000. And yes, someone actually flew in to claim it. Who needs mistletoe when you've got a PR game this strong? And she's not just stopping anytime soon. Andrea's already planning more procedures, aiming for even bigger lips, enhanced cheekbones, and more. It's like she's in her own extreme makeover marathon, and she's loving every second. So here's the question. Is this next level of self-expression or a little too extra? And hey, if you could auction off a kiss, what would your starting price be? Who needs buried treasure when you can find a 42-year-old Heathcliff lunchbox in a school wall? Imagine being a plumber, expecting to deal with a clogged drain, and instead, you stumble upon a time capsule straight out of the 1980s. A vintage Heathcliff lunchbox that's been missing for 42 years. It's like an episode of The Twilight Zone, but with more hot chocolate and fewer creepy twists. Here's the deets. While working at a school in Roanoke, Virginia, this plumber unearthed a dusty relic, a lunchbox from 1982, complete with the lingering smell of hot chocolate. What kind of sorcery is that? And a sweet drawing inside. But the real kicker? the lunchbox still had a name tag, Tracy Drain, leading straight back to its original 4th grader owner. The school posted the find on Facebook, and in no time, Tracy herself saw it. Her reaction, equal parts shock and humor. And if I would have found it, I would have probably put it on eBay, Tracy joked. But nostalgia hit hard when she saw the handwritten name tag, something her mom had lovingly pinned. Talk about a blast from the past. This isn't just about a lunchbox. It's a heartfelt reminder that even in the simplest things can hold powerful memories. Whether it's a familiar smell, a handwritten note, or a piece of childhood that you thought was lost forever, this story proves that the past has a funny way of catching up with us all. So what's your iconic lunchbox memory? Did you rock a Transformers tin or maybe a Care Bear, strawberry shortcake? And if you had to reunite with one of your long lost items from childhood, what would that be? Drop your stories below. I'm here for all the nostalgia. All right, Bend, Oregon, what's going on over there? People are slapping googly eyes on public sculptures like it's some sort of live-action cartoon. Sure, it's hilarious until the city hits you with a bill for cleaning it all up. Spoiler alert, it's not cheap. Ben's Instagram account spilled the tea recently, posting a warning to pranksters after spending $1,500 to remove multiple googly eyes from public art. Turns out those little plastic jokesters leave behind sticky residue, and cleaning them off is no walk in the park. Steel sculptures in particular are getting roughed up, with rust patches and metals requiring heavy-duty solvents to undo the damage. So yeah, that quick chuckle is costing your city big bucks. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for a good prank. Santa hats on statues, genius. A cheeky lay around a sculpture, love it. But googly eyes? No! So here's the deal. Let's appreciate the art, not accessorize it with adhesives. And for all of you aspiring pranksters out there, what's your take? Are googly eyes on statues harmless fun, or is it the one step too far for comedy? Hit me with your hot takes. I'm all eyes. Hooked on offbeat headlines? Don't miss out. Subscribe to our channel now.